You always want to be on top of the fight, but against a strong, aggressive, and heavier opponent, that might be challenging. If you must be on the bottom, have your opponent between your legs, control his head, control his arm, and keep your head off the ground. In this example, you can see me losing the mount and immediately swimming to be on the inside, controlling his head and his arm, keeping my head off the ground and crossing my feet really high up his back. If he swims, I swim. But if he challenges the head control, I switch hands on the head first and then I swim. This is home base. This is phase one. Notice how I use my legs to open spaces so that it's easier for me to swim and close spaces so that it's harder for him to swim. I need to be on the inside if I want to be safe. If I feel that the arm that I'm not controlling is trying to rip back and punch me in the ribs, I need to go to phase two. In phase two, I wedge my feet on his hips and I cup his triceps. I keep my knees far apart to keep his hands far away from my face. If he tries to swim to the inside, I must swim myself. If I feel like he's trying to reach my face or put weight on me, I immediately drop him back to home base, to phase one, where I'm the safest, where I'm just resting on the ground and not spending much energy. The moment he tries to sit up and punch me in the face, that's the time for phase three. In phase three, I feel that his hands push off the ground, so I hold him a little tighter, only to push him away with my hands on his chest and wedge my feet once again on his hips, but this time my knees are very close together and my hips are off the ground. I cover my face just in case, and as soon as possible, I must drop him back to phase one for safety. Your opponent might want to stand up away from you and come back with a punch in the face. In this case, you go to phase four. In phase four, your feet are wedged on his hips once again, your legs are strong and slightly bent, and you keep your hips on the ground and protect your face. Your opponent will start driving weight, and when he does, it's the moment to, in a controlled manner, let him back into home base, into phase one. Notice how I drop my hips in my transition from phase three to phase four. If your opponent is standing in phase four and not committing to the punch, kick them away. Make them go far so you stay safe. If they walk, use the same side foot in the direction that they're going and walk. If they get close, kick them away. If they switch directions, switch feet and keep the other foot up. If they happen to grab your ankle, use the rollover technique to cover yourself, stay safe, and let them eventually back to one. I have him in four, I kick him to phase five, and then he's reaching for my ankle. Once he reaches my ankle, I make sure my leg stays bent. And when he throws my leg to the side, I make sure that I bring my other leg over to stop him by posting my foot on his hip as he comes in for the punch. Notice the nature of this position. I'm in a 90-degree angle between my legs and torso, and I'm keeping him away with a strong leg and covering my face. It's hard for Alberto to reach my face, but I keep my hands up anyways. I bring both of my feet on the same hip and then open up to phase four. From phase four, I can eventually let him back to one. In this instance, my opponent stands up, I push him to four and kick him to five. But then he decides to go for the knockout punch. I react by posting both of my feet on his hips and keeping strong legs. Cover my face and then let him back into one.